What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we have another Q&A. I tweeted, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, highly suggest. We're close to 200K. I don't think I only need, like 27,000 more. Hey, if you guys don't follow me though, everyone helps. But I tweeted out to ask me some questions, preferably ones that I don't usually get. I've been asked who my favorite teammate is about 612 times. So I'm just gonna rapid fire through the replies. I think I got close to 400 or a little bit over 400 questions. So I'm gonna do my best. I'm not going to elaborate a lot on the questions because I got so many. I'm gonna try to rapid fire through as many as I possibly can, as opposed to like picking out like 10 or 15 to just answer. So it's gonna be quick. Hopefully we get through like 100 of these things. I don't know. It's gonna be fast. So appreciate you guys watching as always. If you're brand new to the channel, I haven't been uploading as much recently just because, like I've mentioned in some past videos, content right now it's super stale, man. I want to upload COD. It's just figuring out things that I would be excited to upload in the game's current space. It's not easy. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and leave a like on the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Alrighty, ladies and gents, I have the tweet pulled up in front of me. I got 483 questions, so I'm gonna try to get through as many as I can. I'm not gonna put the question up on the screen like I normally do, like I said. So try to keep up. I'm gonna try to get through as many as I possibly can, and we're just gonna get it moving. So what is it like balancing your pro life with your regular life? Does a normal day for me look like? Balancing is very difficult. A normal day for me is waking up relatively early, like 8 to 9. Breakfast, hang out with the lady for as long as I can, and then scrim from, I'm in the central time zone, so 1 to around 5:30 to 6, and then after that I'll do content if I have a video to do that day, or just kind of hang out, go to the gym, stuff like that. And balancing is pretty difficult just because Call of Duty gets in the way of literally everything. I'm not going to elaborate too much because, like I said, I want to get through as many as I can, but it's pretty hard. If you had to 1v1 every other min AR in the league, how many would I win out of the 12? Don't be humble. If I'm like just straight up ego challenge, I think I could win every one of them, to be honest with you. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. Every life is an ego challenge out of me. So if I can't win all 12, then that kind of sucks for me. Or 11, I guess. What's your favorite thing to do besides COD, family, friends, your alone pastime? Gym, other video games. I do a lot of stock stuff, so reading, shit like that. If there was an event you could go back to play again besides an event you won or any chance, what event would it be and why? Probably I want to go back and replay New Orleans in World War II when we lost in our second best of 5 against Ken, because that kid talks so much shit about that finals. So I want to go back and beat him in that final. If I could replay that second best of 5, or even just the game 5, I'd just replay the game 5. How is it interacting with factually the worst food critic in Twitter of all time, aka Joey Nubsy? He's only a relevant human being because of me. He used to be a subscriber of mine on Twitch, and I kind of like fathered him into COD, so I guess it's really my fault. He's like an extension of me, but he is just by far the worst human being that I have ever come in contact with. How am I liking DBD? So I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight. Kind of answers the other question before about what I do. Big DBD fan as of late. I'm like rank 2 on Killer and rank 4 on Survivor. Yeah, I mean, I've just been absolutely grinding the shit out of that game, to be honest with you. How long are you planning on staying in the competitive COD scene? As long as I can until I start getting shit on. That's kind of what I've always said. I'm going to play COD for as long as I can because, it's kind of all I have in my life at this point. So just as long as I'm not getting shit on was probably going to be the best answer for that. Favorite gun of all time is the MW3 ACR or the Black Ops 4 ICR. Those would be 1 and 2. If you weren't a COD pro, what alternative career would I have chosen? If I wasn't a professional COD player, some form of content creation or doing what I was originally going to do and go to college, do poli-sci, get a degree, something in the government. Will I ever stream again, or is subbing a waste of money? Yeah, that's tough. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Hogan. I love you. What's your favorite game just to play pubs in? Probably Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 2, because I was a sniper in both of those games, and, montage, phase up. It was a good time. I always enjoyed doing those. Eventually, we're done competing. Do you see yourself joining Optic as a content creator? The vibes were tremendous in this pre-show. You fit right in the green wall. Those you're not considering the loud, crazy minority. I don't really have any plans for after I'm done competing. I don't really want to think about that, if that makes sense. I want to take my competing career for as long as I possibly can. Honestly, I have no fucking idea. If the opportunity arises, I feel like content creation and Optic post competing is like one of the better things that could happen. So, I mean, I wouldn't say no. If you could swap out 2 players from your World War II team, who would you drop and who would you pick up? I don't know which one he's talking about, so I'm not gonna answer that. Do you actually use Scuff controllers or Battle Beaver? Come on, Sam, be honest. I use a Scuff. You guys go. There's your buttons. There's your logo. I use a Scuff. Sorry, Battle Beaver stains. What do you think made your run with 100 Thieves so iconic and successful in just 1 year? Do you think you can make that magic happen again? I think we were just really, really good friends. I think the chemistry and the ability to like bounce criticism off of each other made improving very easy. We knew immediately when maps were over or like when we needed to improve on. We knew what was important, and we weren't wasting time on like, we didn't get this 1 kill here, like that's why we lost. There's like a lot, you know what I mean? It's very easy to get lost on things that don't really matter on why you lose maps. I think our ability to identify issues, especially with Chris's help, made us one of the best teams for sure. What is the meaning of my tattoos, and do I plan on getting more? The only tattoo, well, I have 2 tattoos with meaning. The one on my wrist, which you guys can see there, is a Coheed and Cambria album cover. It's my favorite band. It's my older brother's favorite band as well, so it's kind of an homage to that. And then I have a half sleeve, the Chesapeake Bay as the background here. I have Poseidon yonder with the little ship action, and then Compass Rose up here. These have absolutely no meaning other than the Chesapeake Bay, because that's where I'm from. But those are the only ones I have. And actually, no, I always forget about this one. I have a hoodie on so you guys can't see it, but it's a Plague Doctor with the Kingdom Hearts Keyblade. Hold on, let me get my birthday present. You guys haven't seen it yet. Kendall got this for me. I put it on Twitter. Again, you guys should follow me on Twitter. But it's look at this. It's like a real life, oh shit, version of the Pumpkinhead Keyblade. So I have that tattooed on me as well. After LAN events, do all the players meet up afterwards, or is there a hard feeling after games? I don't really think there's anyone with like serious beef outside of COD. Everyone knows that like what's said in matches and scrims and stuff stays there. We're all competitors at the end of the day, so obviously everyone tends to go out towards the end of the night. That's what I mentioned earlier in a question. It's just like the camaraderie and the friendship that comes after competing is something that I've always enjoyed. I have some of my best friends from COD, so if they change the format to 12 teams for champs and the progress continues for your team, do you see yourself making top 4? Honestly, have no fucking idea how anything will go. I mean, I think my team's way better on LAN, and we did beat Optic online and then lost to them on LAN, so it just depends how we come, to be honest with you. I think that the top 3 teams right now are kind of unmovable, so we would have to absolutely fry everyone else to hit top 4. What are things most coaches look for in a challenger player, aka what makes a great COD player? I think, at least for me, it's the ability to take criticism, and then there's like an innate like understanding of COD. It comes a lot quicker to some people than it does others, and then obviously just the ability to shoot straight. You can't really teach that. It's like basketball. You can't teach someone to be tall. It's kind of the same way in COD. Who was the team you watched the most growing up? Like who, if not more than one, did you idolize after your game? And is COD best players ever, worst played now? I didn't really watch anyone. I kind of fell into competitive Call of Duty. I watched COD. I didn't watch like one team really, but I barely watched it before I started playing it, so I wouldn't really watch anyone. I didn't model my play style after anyone either. I feel like I kind of play how I play, you know what I mean? How do I feel about the gun diversity in competitive, major, esports, or just competitive nature multipliers? Sir, have multiple virus study kits, was the absolute worst. I know Destiny said with the balance with Jerry's are infuriating. I enjoy a lot of weapon variety. That's why I think Black Ops 3 was one of the best years that I've played personally, and one of the most fun to watch was Ban and Protect. You had to be good with every AR, and that was like my stigma, I guess, during that season, was like I was good with quite literally every AR, because I just enjoyed the variety, because it showcased like actual skill rather than being versed with one weapon in every situation. Like if some teams banned the M8, you had to be good with the XP, whatever the other burst AR. There's auto ARs. You had your ICR, your HVK, your Man of War. So like the weapon variety was something that I personally loved. I wish there was more of it, but unfortunately we just don't live in that time anymore. Why do you show no emotion when you're clutch? Your face is I don't know. I've never really had. I'm not like an emotional guy. It takes a lot for me to like get up and get hype, you know what I mean? I clutched a 1v3 game 5 for reverse sweep against FaZe at champs in BO4, and I literally like didn't do anything. I don't know. I'm just very like stoic when I play. I don't really have any like emotion, really. I don't have a reason. Just kind of how I am. What is your diet and morning routine and the other pros routines are? I have no idea what everyone else's routine is. My diet is starting to get better. It was pretty bad, but I started going to the gym a little while ago, so I'm starting to catch back up. My morning routine is feed my dog, let him out, and hang out till I scrim. That's pretty much it. Play some video games, eat breakfast. That's kind of how it goes. Have my girlfriend make me food. Do I game outside of COD? And if so, what games do you enjoy / play the most? If not, then what's your hobby to unwind? Trolling doesn't count. Path of Exile, for those that do play it. A lot of Dead by Daylight, as I mentioned. League of Legends, World of Warcraft. I play a lot. I've been playing a lot of video games lately. If I had to play one COD for the rest of my life, which would I choose? Probably Black Ops 2. If I could pick the time that I played the game, Black Ops 2 for sure. Do I see myself retiring anytime soon? Absolutely not. Why would I even? How dare you? What's your name? Aston Bradley? How dare you? Be honest, was there ever a time in your thought your career when stuff work out, you maybe just want to do something else, or you know you'd be beaming kids forever? I think once I started taking it a lot more seriously, there hasn't been a point where I've regretted it or looked back. I think that I mean, there's been some seriously tough times this year and last year, but there was never a point where I was like, I shouldn't be doing this anymore, because, you know, I'm that fucking guy. So, you know, gotta be confident. Before you realize you could go pro and make a living off of COD, did you have a different profession in mind, or was being an esports pro always the goal? I mentioned it earlier, but I was going to go to college and do that whole government job situation. Favorite event that I've been to and why? London of Black Ops 4, because that was 100 Thieves' first event win, and the night afterwards was one to remember. So definitely that one. Favorite childhood memory unrelated to COD, and what's your favorite restaurant? My favorite restaurant is a place called Victor's. It's in British Columbia. It's a steakhouse. It is the best meal that I have ever had in my entire life. Favorite childhood memory unrelated to COD would probably just be the beach trips that I used to take with my family every summer. I haven't been to the beach in like 5 years, but we used to go every summer as kids, so definitely those. If I could make the same amount of money and go back to a pre-CDL era, would you? And would you bring me any work from the dead? Which one would it be? I would definitely go back to the pre-CDL era, because my success was much better back then. And if I could bring back any org from the dead, it would probably be Fear. I think Fear had one of the best old school vibes and one of the highest potentials to become an Optic or an Envy if it was nurtured right for the time, because they were one of the first. So I think it could have been done. Favorite anime? I've only seen one, and that's Hunter x Hunter, so I guess I have to default to Hunter x Hunter, but I love that one, so that would probably be my one, even if I only saw, or even if I did see other ones. What were the potential teams this past offseason? So there was a handful of potential teams, but the only one that was actually about to come to fruition was me, Pierce, TJ, and Danny. So it's just going to be Rise, except me for Austin. And then TJ dropped out at the very last second. But there was a bunch of proposals and potential, but that was the only one that could have like actually happened that didn't. How many times have you been reverse swept this season? I think only one. When we lose, we get had bad. I think we've only been reverse swept one time, and that was against Minnesota in stage 2, I want to say. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it was just the one time. Not bad. Only one isn't that bad. What do you see yourself doing as a career if you didn't become a pro content creator? Already answered that. If you weren't going to be playing COD, what would you think you'd be doing? Already answered that. You guys hit me with the same ones, man. Can't believe it. Was curious why pros use auto mantle. I've seen a ton of gunfights messed up by accident on auto mantling when I was the over control aspects of movement. I don't use auto mantle personally. I don't really know anyone that does. It is very annoying, like you said. Mantling gunfights happens all the time for people that have auto mantle on. Even I do it sometimes on accident, because I'll jump, but I'll actually be mantling it on accident. So yeah, I don't think anyone really uses it. It sucks. What was my favorite personal performance this year? Definitely the major. I mean, either the London or the Paris series. I absolutely trolled. I was literally just trolling, running around like fake calling out, shitting on them. So I was like, I was just having a blast. If you got dropped or decided to retire, what would I be doing? Content creation, streaming Warzone, normal shit. Putting full time into this whole YouTube thing. You know the vibe. Alec Arcides wanted to know if I would fook him, and I replied on Twitter, but the answer is yes, Alex. So bang my line. Happy birthday as well. Who would you have dropped off of the Optic World War II roster, and who would I would replace them with? Well, the roster was originally supposed to be, as I think every single person watching this knows, it's supposed to be me, Tommy, Seth, and Ian. So I guess Denny is catching the old boot. But that was supposed to be the original roster. What do you think is more important to have, good subs or good ARs? Good subs. I think subs dictate like literally everything in COD. It's just like the way that it's kind of evolved into. I think that if you have like a really good sub duo, most times, as long as you're flexing AR, like, you know, capable players, you should be all right. I think subs are just like insanely valuable right now in the current meta of COD. If you're the GM of any team and you're trying to create a God squad to take down the Atlanta FaZe, what players am I picking? Outside of myself and base, I'm just gonna go off of this game because, you know, why not? I would probably take Insight, Cammy, Toby, and either Shotzi or Hydra. I think that team is fucking disgusting. I think that Toronto is, honestly, I think Toronto should have beat Atlanta. I think that they like absolutely giga through against them. So I mean, Atlanta's super good, but I think Dallas, Toronto, and Atlanta can beat each other on like any given day. They're kind of like the starter Pokemon. So I think that any combination of the Dallas and Atlanta, or Dallas and Toronto rosters could do the trick, in my opinion. All right, guys, I think that should do it for the Q&A. I think we're like 15-ish minutes in. I don't want to go too long. So thank you guys for watching. As always, if you're brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and have a wonderful rest of your day. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always.